Being low maintenance sounds like a compliment until you realize some people only call you that because you've trained them to expect very little from them. And I need you to hear me on this, because I think a lot of women confuse being easygoing with being easy to neglect. Those are not the same thing. I used to think being the chill girl was a personality trait. Like, oh, I'm so unbothered, I don't need much, I'm happy with whatever, I can go with the flow. And honestly, there's something beautiful about being genuinely flexible. You don't need every dinner reservation to be perfect. You don't need constant reassurance. You can laugh when the plans change. That is emotional stability. But there's a very thin line between being low maintenance and being chronically accommodating. And one of them will have people quietly downgrading your place in their life. Because people learn what is acceptable through repetition. If you consistently say, it's fine when it isn't fine, eventually they don't experience you as someone who has a preference. They experience you as someone who doesn't have one. And that is where being easy gets expensive. Not because other people are evil masterminds sitting around plotting how to take advantage of you. Psychology is much less dramatic than that. People tend to adapt to the patterns available to them. If you always adjust, they stop needing to adjust. If you never ask for consideration, they may never develop the habit of considering you. And suddenly, you're resentful over something you technically agreed to 27 times. That is the part nobody tells you. Sometimes your resentment is not proof that everyone around you is inconsiderate. Sometimes it is information that you have been consenting to arrangements you secretly hoped someone would be thoughtful enough to notice you didn't want. And girl, we're not doing that anymore. I want you to become more honest about what actually makes your life feel good. Not demanding, not difficult, specific. I'd rather go here. I don't want to do that tonight. I need more notice than that. Actually, I'd prefer if you handled this. These are not princess demands. They are data. You are giving people accurate information about how to have a relationship with you. And the right people usually don't become less attracted to you because you have standards. They finally have something real to respond to. There's also something deeply attractive about a woman who knows the difference between a preference and a principle. I don't care where we eat tonight, fine. I do care whether I'm consistently the one making every plan. That's different. I can be flexible about the restaurant and completely inflexible about reciprocity. That is the energy. You don't need to become high maintenance. You need to become high clarity, because the goal isn't to make people work harder just to prove they love you. The goal is to stop making yourself smaller so everyone else can stay comfortable. And honestly, I think that is the real problem with being low maintenance. Sometimes you become so committed to being easy to love that you accidentally become difficult to know. Your wants stay hidden. Your disappointment gets swallowed. Your preferences become whatever you want. And then one day, you realize people have been loving a version of you that required almost no accommodation at all. No, I want to be known. I want to be considered. I want to be delighted sometimes. I want to have preferences and ridiculous little opinions and standards that make my life feel like mine. And if that makes me slightly less convenient, perfect. I was never trying to be convenient. I was trying to be myself. And there is a difference between being a woman who is easy to be with and a woman who is easy to overlook. Be the first one, never volunteer for the second, love you no matter what.